Church in Nigeria, Mama Abiodun. We have gathered here today.
Well, outside Nigeria now, tensions between the United States and Iran have reached a new high after a targeted United States military strike on Iranian military infrastructure. The Pentagon says the operation was a preemptive and defensive measure, but Tehran is calling it an act of aggression. An emergency meeting is ongoing at the United Nations headquarters in New York.
President Donald Trump said that the U.S. has struck 3 key nuclear sites in Iran as the Iran-Israel conflict enters the second week. The Fordow, Isfahan and Natanz sites lie at the heart of Israel's nuclear ambitions and had previously been targeted by Israeli strikes.
With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days.
The U.S. Department of Defense confirmed the operation, stating it was in response to credible intelligence suggesting an imminent threat to American personnel in the region.
The order we received from our commander-in-chief was focused, it was powerful, and it was clear. We devastated the Iranian nuclear program. But it's worth noting the operation did not target Iranian troops or the Iranian people. For the entirety of his time in office, President Trump has consistently stated for over 10 years that Iran must not get a nuclear weapon. Full stop.
The permanent representative of Israel to the United Nations commended the U.S. strike and insisted on protecting Israelis.
It was a necessary act and a brave decision to remove the greatest threat to global security. The world and the Security Council should say clearly and without hesitation, thank you. Thank you to the United States and President Trump for acting when others would not. Thank you for standing firm when others looked away. Thank you for protecting the free world with strength and moral clarity.
Iran's government has promised to retaliate, calling the U.S. strike a violation of international law and its sovereignty. Officials in Tehran held an emergency security meeting just hours after the attack and warned of serious consequences.
The Islamic Republic of Iran condemns in the strongest terms the United States' brutal military aggression against Iran's peaceful nuclear facilities. It is an outrageous, grave, and unprecedented violation of the fundamental principles of the Charter of the United Nations and international law. The warmongering and lawless administration in Washington is solely and fully responsible for the dangerous consequences and far-reaching implications of its act of aggression.
The situation has drawn swift reactions from global leaders, with the United Nations urging both sides to exercise restraint and avoid further escalation. Meanwhile, oil prices have surged and security has been tightened at American embassies across the region. As both nations weigh their next moves, the world watches with bated breath. The coming days will be crucial in determining whether diplomacy can prevail or whether this marks the beginning of a more dangerous chapter in U.S.-Iran relations.
Well, joining me now for more perspectives on this is a global affair